Welcome to the MT podcast. Myself, Mr. Wiley Cat DJ, and to my right we have
Rain, Arsenal, Nelson.
Oh, and next to Rain we have.
You're moving mad.
Oh, wait.
Just do your normal thing.
One sec. Because
okay.
let me just switch up because I'm just organized really well. Yeah, let me just. All right, comfortable now. Yes. All right, go again. Yeah. Citrus. Yaga yo, Arsenal. We got a couple Liverpool right in here. I'm not trying to hear nothing.
No, don't do that.
Nothing today.
No, wait.
Nothing.
Wait, just do
Zero chat. Zero. All right, done again.
And last but not least, we have not the truth this time. We have a special guest in the building.
Yeah, Victor Daniels, comedian. Welcome, Liverpool fan.
Yeah. Oh. Welcome.
1 applause.
One clap crew. Yeah, I mean, one clap like a sket. All right, let's go.
But yes, this is the MT podcast. We are here. We have a special guest in the building, Victor Daniels, and we're going to jump right into it. Who is Victor Daniels?
Stand-up comedian, many years. I'm not even going to say give away my age, but comedian for a long time. Yeah, that's pretty much it, really.
How long's a long time? 5 years? 10 years?
Oh, it's over 5. Let's leave it there.
Over 5?
Yeah.
Listen, we're here to give people their flowers of what they need to get their flowers for, you know? So I'm taking it as more than 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. So
wow.
where can we catch you? With your socials, YouTube?
Comic Vic. If you just go on Comic Vic Instagram, that's where I do all the madness and you know about all the shows. Yeah, it's coming now.
So Comic Vic, yeah?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Basic.
And what's the next show we're going to be able to catch you on?
No, tomorrow I'm a judge at a Muslim comedy show.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
A little side mission right there.
Nice.
Wow.
Nice.
Raw.
Yeah.
A Muslim comedy show.
You know
the wickedest thing is the punchlines there are going to be mad, innit?
You know you have to give a bit of context into, one, how you got the gig.
Yeah, how did you get there?
Yeah.
When you do comedy, you do all types of gigs. I've done a fashion show for Chinese students. I've done a funeral. So you get all types of madness. So it's just, I was in Trafalgar Square the other day.
Wow.
No to government IDs.
Wow.
So you just get all types. You don't just get comedy shows.
Yeah.
Right,
You get
so it's like a
anything.
variety.
Yeah, I've done someone's house.
Oh, really?
Painting and decorating or comedy?
No.
Right. Like, you know, we're here for everything. And we're on fire today because Arsenal. Anyway.
It's, you know what, because you're jumping right onto it, we're going to jump right into Rain's Roundup. Right into it.
Okay, all right.
Right into it.
So just so you understand what Rain's Roundup is, what it is, I keep an eye on current events, whether it be in the news, social media, and I bring the conversation to the man them. So it might be something in regards to relationships, it might be something in regards to politics, and I just get their steer on it. Obviously, you're a guest, so I'm going to get your steer on it.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do with the first one, in the news recently, so Stormzy has been commissioned to executive produce an official biopic for Ian Wright.
Yes.
Which I think is mad. Like, considering Stormzy supports Man United, isn't it?
Yeah.
Supports Man United. Obviously, that barrier's traversed. It's because obviously black man doing his thing. Ian Wright is always supporting man on different levels.
But aren't they from the same area?
I'm not sure. I'm really not sure.
I don't think so. I think if I'm right, Stormzy's from Croydon. Ian Wright he's from South London, but I don't know where though. Right. He didn't live too far. I think it might be Brockley or around their areas. Yeah. He didn't live too far from David Rocastle. They was all from the same sort of area.
Same estate, innit?
Okay.
So like, I think it's going to be a good thing. Obviously, there'll be some creative control from Ian Wright. Murky Films, which is Stormzy's kind of branch, they're going to be co-producing it. My question, and I'll start with Vic. If you wanted to see a biopic from a footballer that hasn't been done, who would it be?
Oh, who would it be?
Yeah.
In current time, I'll go with Nunes.
Really?
Darwin Nunes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Why?
Because he missed so many chances.
Probably missed the film, bro.
Yeah, he's a very crazy character. And I just want to not get into his mindset of how they just keep going.
You know, do you remember that meme that came out where, you know, people are doing the thing at the sun? And like they're trying, you know, you do that picture where you
pretend you're holding the
yeah,
sun.
yeah, but he missed it.
See all of that? Because he's a current player as well. He took a lot of flack.
Yeah,
How did you deal with that?
Yeah, all right. I'm gonna do one more. So, Wiley, who would you have?
Go on, Citrus. Citrus had his hand up. Go on.
Yeah, I got two.
No, you got one.
You got
I
one.
got two.
One.
All right, so I would say, but the thing is, it's already done. So you said not done.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
that's Balotelli,
Done.
only because he's antics. But I'd love to see Dennis Bergkamp, only because of his whole, like, the fear of flying,
Right,
and managing that whole,
yeah.
like, you know, Arsenal was in Europe.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? He had to leave 3 days before to drive him over and take a boat and doing all this. So I'd love to understand what that was like.
All right, Wiley Cat.
Do you know who I'd want to see a biopic of? Nile Ranger. That's who I would want to actually
Newcastle
see.
guy.
Of Newcastle. I would love to. Do you know why? Because his story is really interesting. Really, really interesting. And it's like we could talk about all the people that made it and bust through and all the major things, but his actual story, very, very interesting. I would love to, if it's talking about him and it's got him in it, I'd love to know the story of him and how he's got through all the different challenges and stuff he's had to get through. Because he's had a whole lot.
He got the false allegations.
No. That's that was Ched Evans. That was the Welsh striker. Nile Ranger was the guy. If I'm right, I may be wrong. I believe he was from like Stonebridge, went to Newcastle, then had a whole lot of troubles, so to speak, as what I would say. But his story, very interesting. I'd love to see that.
All right,
and who's yours?
Mine would be. Do you remember the football? I think he was Mexican. Campos.
Jorge Campos. Yes.
Yeah.
The short goalkeeper.
Short goalkeeper. Yes. Used to be a striker. Used to wear the flamboyant kits.
Yes.
I just want to get into his head because he was so flamboyant, and that transition from being a striker to the national team goalkeeper, going to the World Cup. You know what I mean? I'd just love to understand what was going through his head and how he made that transition and all that kind of stuff. But moving swiftly on. So today's date is what?
Today is the 20th of May.
All right, you can't answer. What significant thing which has changed history happened yesterday?
Arsenal won the league.
All right, then.
Arsenal.
We won the league at Anfield. We won it at the Lane twice. I'm gonna get into
Listen,
it.
I'm gonna give them the round of applause. I'm not an Arsenal fan. I'm a big Liverpool fan.
Respect.
But I've got certain men who are no longer here that when it came to Liverpool win the league, they said they go to the Liverpool parade. The most I can do, I've been struggling to get the word congrats. So I'm gonna say well done.
Right.
Well done.
Right.
Are you coming to the parade?
Do you know what? Out of homage to shouts out to my brethren Tunde, rest in peace. Tunde said to me in 2020 when Liverpool won the league, he would come with me to the parade. So out of homage to him, I'm thinking about going to the parade.
I got a top for you.
No, I won't wear a top. That won't happen.
I got a scarf.
He would not have worn a top, so I would never wear a top.
I got a scarf.
No way.
You're just going to turn up there with your long hand?
I'll turn up with my long hand and say a prayer for
him.
him.
You can wear your empty podcast stuff. That's all right.
Yeah.
That's the only thing you can run with that I'll allow.
So
there you go.
And some red.
I wear a Liverpool shirt.
Vic, you're a Liverpool man, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
What look, he's laughing already. What's your thoughts on this season? And are you one of these people that are in the camp of, regardless of what it is in regards to Arsenal, you hate Arsenal, and what you say is it's because of their fan base?
Yeah, I don't hate Arsenal. That's first things first.
Right. Okay.
Right.
And it is a bit of the fan base.
Right.
But to be fair, I live in London, so I'm going to see the fan base. If Man City won it, I'm not seeing nothing, so that doesn't bother me.
Even if you're in Manchester, do you see the last game, Man City's last game, where no one turned up and people were leaving? It's all mad.
Yeah, to be fair, you know what it is? Man City's fan base is fairly new. If it was Man United, it's different. Man City's fan base, you're only talking about, 2007 of success? Really? So it's not like to say if it was Man United. Man United now, you will have people that are like decades in Man United fans.
I mean, and also the style of play. If Arsenal had won the league with Thierry Henry back in the day, I'd say fair play. This season, the football hasn't been great.
You know, I'm not going to defend it because it hasn't been great. However, what I admire is how the football's being played. So it is, we're going to score, and you now got to try and come and beat us. And because our defensive line is strong, and our midfield is 80% 30, you got to try and get through those two. And then it's tactical. So for the purists that want to see tiki-taka and that kind of Barcelona football, fair enough. But from a tactician's point of view, I'm all right with it. And we won, so I couldn't give a shit.
Is it not a fact, though, that the league has got better? And when I say the league's got better, the teams that are traditionally in the bottom half are challenging. For example, Bournemouth, 15 games, 16 games now, unbeaten. Brighton at one point were doing their thing. Newcastle, obviously, they've had... Is it that the league's got better, or is the quality of football...
I don't think it's got better. I think it's got a bit more robotic. You could, if you was an athlete, you could become a footballer. Whereas before, you had to have a bit of a better skill set to be the footballer.
Oh, I like that.
Okay.
I like that.
Yeah, I would. I don't think, and I don't even think it's just this season. You go back even when Liverpool won the league last season, it weren't a great league. And I think you're just seeing that more this season because Arsenal have capitalised on using the set piece plays, which is part of football. Literally, I'm not one of them people that set piece FC. No, set pieces are parts of football, and it's like American football. You have certain people that what they call them, special teams, like certain things they have set up in a game. So for me, the league, the last time the league really was a really good league, as in competitive, was the league that City won. Arsenal came second, Liverpool came third. Because up until the last 3-4 weeks of the season, all three teams could have won that league. And the teams below them were all very strong. Right now, what you're seeing is the level of football ain't...
I don't think there's a gulf. This is why your teams like your Burnleys and Wolves, even though they're relegated, are still putting games in. And people are like, oh, wow, they're going down, but it's not as bad as it could be. And then you got mid-table teams. Look, the teams at the top of the table are like, look, before we were like, yeah, of course we're going to play them. We're going to bang them 5-6.
I think as well, there's more money in football.
So it's starting to even out.
It's even out a little bit.
But it evening out has made it boring because you don't have superstars banging up the small guys. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah. I think two final things I want to say on that.
Yeah.
Two final things I want to say on that. The first thing is that Liverpool are 5th at the moment. Last season, the points we have would have got us 9th. So I don't think it's that the league is suddenly everyone's caught up. I just think that the league has been not that great this season. And secondly, shout out to Citrus, because Citrus at the start of the season, when we did our football podcast, one of the things he did say was that Arsenal buying certain players weren't buying players to be the starters. They were buying players to fill backups, which effectively is what has won you the league. Because when Saka was out, you didn't miss him. When the defenders were out, you didn't miss them. Because you had people, not necessarily starters, but people coming in. And yeah, man, credit to them.
And I think as well, when they say Liverpool's done bad, they always mention our running stats. I was like, is that football now? So whoever runs the most wins the game.
But it's what you said, it's the athletes, isn't it?
Athletes,
and it is, you know what it is? There is a myriad of stats that come out on in games, like yards covered, touches in the penalty box, touches outside the box, XG, like now XG. Like people are talking to me about XG. I'm like, what? The likelihood, is it likelihood of scoring a goal?
Likelihood of scoring a goal versus how many goals you could have scored, or how many clear chances you would have had, something like that.
And there's some insane stats. Like I think it was like between Declan Rice and Zubimendi, they ran the equivalent of X marathons in X amount of games. I'm like, I get it, but when you think about players like Romario, and I might be doing him an injustice, Romario didn't run too much.
Yeah,
played the ball to my feet.
The best example will be Matt Letizia.
Oh yes,
didn't run at all. Man walked with the ball.
Gangster,
but assists galore and whatever else. So we'll just bad up the Prem now. Anyway, I think we should just. Like when it gets to football, it gets techie.
Yeah, I was going to say one more thing. Just that, like, did anyone see the whole? It wasn't even the parade. It was you was down there, so it was the aftermath of the.
It wasn't arranged.
No, yeah, people just went down there.
Everyone just said, you know what, we won. To me, we won.
Let's just touch down there.
And I went on a one man. I just met people up there.
Yeah.
I just started vibes in.
And
for about 3 hours.
But it was like a vibes. It was carnival. I saw man whining gal. I saw people out there with rum. There was look. There were when the parade happens, you're going to see jerk pans out there and rare tear tear. If Arsenal win the Champions League as well,
Madness. Just move out.
no,
Move out.
I think you just got to invite everyone down, like
Do you
Liverpool,
know
Man United.
what I think? I think that this is synonymous with when a team hasn't won something for a long time on that scale. Liverpool last season had about 1.5 million people in Liverpool. That don't happen if you're...
1.5 million?
1.5 million, yeah.
That's not the
1.5.
article you sent me.
not what it said in the Echo.
I found more, but I didn't want to. I didn't want to go in there. I didn't want to go in there.
No, you mean like Tommy Robinson, because Tommy was saying there's 1 million people down at his march, and there clearly wasn't.
You know what it is. Listen, in Liverpool last year, because I went there. And remember, I talked about it last year. There was easily 1.5 million. If Liverpool win the league for 10 seasons in a row, that don't happen because they're used to it.
Yeah.
Liverpool not having won the league since 1990 in front of fans meant that this was the first time everyone, I've got to be there. This for Arsenal is going to be the same thing. The only thing I think is going to be different, London being as it is,
and real fans.
London being it, no, not at all. London being as it is, the problem you've got is the problem with London and London teams is that there are so many of them. So London isn't like a Manchester, only 2 teams. Liverpool, only 2 teams. There are so many big teams, technically, in London, you will get a split. So you're going to have a lot of London people that will be fans. You're also going to have a lot of outside people. I think there will be a large number of people there purely on the fact of Arsenal haven't won a league or Champions League since 22 years. And everybody wants to be there for it. Because you don't know when it will happen again. You have to be there to make sure you're there for that.
All I'm saying is
That's a fair comment.
Arsenal got a big fan base.
Yeah.
Massive.
And that will be shown on the 31st of May in N5.
It's going to
The
be
whole rhythm is going to get locked down.
Lane.
I will be there burst from early. It starts at 2. I'm getting there at 9 a.m.
Wow.
And I'm going to be ole in the whole... I've already taken the next day off.
I think I'm going to have to do that as well.
So this is why I just know carnage.
It's going to be madness.
But it's going to be madness.
And when people say carnage, it's like it's going to be positive.
Yes,
it's going to be positive.
Yes.
And yesterday, sorry, in saying that, and I purposely took a video of it, I was, as I was walking through, I went on my own, I was walking through and I saw this gentleman, a relatively old boy with his son. And they was pushing a wheelchair, but I couldn't see the wheelchair because obviously there was lots of people, but I could see him struggling. So I kind of went over. I was like, "You're right, mate." And I saw he had his son, and his son has cerebral palsy.
Oh, I did see.
But he had his kit. He had the whole kit on. Do you know what I mean? Top, shorts, socks, boots, and he was just sitting there in his wheelchair. I said, "Are you all right?" He just looked at me, and the glee in his eyes. I said, "You want to go in the crowd?" And then he just looked back at the dad, and the dad was like, "I said, come on, let's go." So like we guided him through into the middle of the sea of fans going crazy, and everyone started chanting to this boy in his wheelchair and his brother. And in my head, so what I had to do, I had to hold on to the side of the pushchair because you know when people get rowdy, crowds start moving, so I had to hold on to try and protect the wheelchair, but still giving me space to enjoy it.
Yeah.
And after we walked him over, the police were standing by. There's a big roundabout outside, and the police were guarding the roundabout. So I asked the police officer if we can put the wheelchair on the roundabout,
and then he can,
so he can see.
That'd be mad.
And the police officer said, "Yeah." And then after, the dad looked to me and was just like, "Thank you, like the amount of thank yous."
Nice
do you know what I mean?
story,
So it was really
together,
nice,
yeah?
really nice.
Yeah, that's what's happening.
Anyway, we can step on.
I'm going to move on. So this is a bit of a debate, more so happening with the Americans about the English. So they're debating 100 British man versus 100 American man in a fight. Who wins, Vic?
I'm gonna go with the Americans.
Wow. No.
Why?
They love all of this. They got gangs, bloods, cribs.
You forget about
who shoot and stab. Yeah, that's not scuffing.
You forget about Millwall. You forget about the firms. You forget about the ultras and all of that football factory.
Yeah, okay, then you can say British, but
Nah, you're flip-flopping, bro. Sit in your path, bro. Whichever one you got, sit in that.
who cares?
Yeah, I get it. Who cares? But it's
I'm just going on the gang culture. I'm just thinking Compton. That's if you like fight, innit?
Yeah, they don't fight though. It's shoot.
No, they
It's
do fight. They fight. If you want to go in the gang, you got to have a fight with 10 man and all
the
that established
initiations and all that.
stupidness. So if that's their thing, that's their thing.
Yeah,
Can you win that?
Wiley, because you side big.
Do you know what? I side initially, but I've also got to think. I know the British love a pub fight, but they're not great fighters.
You told you that.
They will fight, but a lot of man will be drunk fighting. So yeah, I'm not. You know what? I'm gonna still say Britain. Just
So US,
Britain. Yeah,
Britain every day, bruv.
I'm saying
Every day.
I'm
Do you
saying
know
Britain.
why? Because them, what's it called? White knuckle.
Yeah, white knuckle fighters.
Yeah, them white knuckle fight. They love it, bruv. No teeth in them. The gypsy man, them love it.
Get a box and like, oh, that was a good one.
They was like, all right, coming in, crack
But
their
to
neck
be
and
honest,
then go
since,
again.
since the gentrification and it's happening over in America, everyone's a little bit soft.
I'm not talking about them gentrification, man. Them.
No, but that's the average man. If you go and pick
I
100
can
man,
imagine Vic with his frappuccino. Do you know what I mean? And his mocha croissant, just there like I'm here for peace. But I know there's certain man that's on it. Do you know what I mean?
On bits and pieces.
Yeah.
but every country has that. But
Yeah.
your
This is
average
true,
man,
this is true.
especially America and Britain, they're gentrified. If you want to say 100 British man versus 100 African man, that's another conversation.
You're moving
Or
mad.
the Caribbeans, they're on different things.
Caribbean ain't fighting.
We're spoilt a little
Yeah.
bit, and Americans are spoilt a little bit now. Do they
I mean,
listen to rap music
it's so
anymore?
easy to generalize, isn't it? It's such a simple conversation. However, because they're going to turn around and say they got their thing in it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I appreciate that. But obviously, I have to back mine, innit? So
Yeah.
Britain.
I'm gonna move on quickly. So there's a nightclub, I believe it's in England, which has had a height restriction put in. So if you are not 6 foot and above, you can't come in as a man.
A height restriction.
Look at this man laughing. Look at this man laughing.
I've got another one.
Is that-
I'm 5'11",
No,
6
do
foot.
you know why I'm laughing?
Go on.
Because 50% of the podcast would not be able to go on to them.
I mean, they're not here, so we can't chat for them.
But I'm going to mutate the point into another thing. But so, firstly, on that,
But why? Before you even why?
because I don't know. Maybe we can hatch that out as to why. But that's what it is. If you're not 6 foot, you can't go into this club, and I believe it is in London. What's your thoughts on that?
I don't see nothing wrong with it. It just sounds like a bit of fun.
But then you can't get in.
I'm 6 foot.
Are you sure?
He's got them
I'm
stiletto
6'1".
Air Jordans on. Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what it is? If you think back to when we used to go out raving in the 90s, Hanover Grand, if you didn't go with a woman into the club,
Yeah.
you couldn't go in.
No,
so
but
it's a
I get.
restriction in itself.
No, that I get.
That's completely
because
different.
that
It stopped groups of men
Getting
going
in
in there
and-
and populating the venue.
yeah, and
With too many guys.
Like,
Maybe they have problems with short men. 'Cause you know, short men got that temper.
you
So
may-
they just they don't want no gun crimes. Let's get in taller men who are calm.
maybe it is yet to. I don't know.
But I just say it's fun.
You like that anyway, Wiley?
I was thinking if it was more of a thing of the females that go to this club or these clubs want to be in a club where there are taller men because maybe they are more attractive. I don't know. It might be.
I think it's a marketing scheme because you're talking about it.
Yeah, true. It could
Because there's
be.
another one. If you haven't got 50k, you can't go.
That's
in.
what I was coming up. That was the mutation.
Oh, sorry.
So a London club. No, don't be sorry. A London club is only going to accept people that earn over 50k.
I agree with that as well.
Look, I don't mind that.
Do you know what? That's nonsense. Do you know why it's nonsense?
Why?
I could earn it. I ain't going to spend it. So it's an idiot thing. If you turn around and said, before you walk into the club, put £300 behind the bar, like to walk in, just click, click, and then they took £300
That's
from
even
you.
a better idea.
So
That
do you
is a
get what I
better
mean?
idea, yeah.
So you tap on entrance to say, here's the 300, don't teeth it.
No,
You know-
I'm going to register it for us
Register
because
it.
someone's going to take it. I'm
All right,
registering
yeah,
it now.
But in
So-
saying that though,
So you go in there, tap your thing, 300 gone out from your card, then you walk in. So then whatever
What, is all
happens-
drinks free then?
no, but saying that, a woman wants to go in there and meet a man of a certain caliber. So she now knows that every man in here is earning over 50k.
But every man in there has put 300 behind the bar.
You're talking about the bar making man. I'm talking about the women are now attracted to go to that venue, knowing that all the men in there earn over 50K.
So that narrative of, not for all women, not all women, looking at all the cameras.
Not all women.
Not all women want that kind of man that's earning money and think about money, but there are a big percentage of them. And in certain clubs, if you know...
I would say all women.
Really?
That's why you're a comedian.
Why would you say all women?
When men look at women, we look at women in a certain attraction. So we like a woman to look like this, look like that. When women look at men, they look at men in a certain attraction, and money plays a big part of that.
As a provider,
so if you're telling a woman there's a club where the men all earn over 50K, that's an attraction.
Is it ran with? It's going to be it's ran with. Is it going to be ran with gal or ran with man?
Both.
No.
I think it'll be more women, because if there's no limit or no restriction on the women in terms of the same thing, you're not saying to women you got to earn 50K, then you're limiting the amount of men that will be able to go to.
Do you know what's crazy?
And that's fair.
What's crazy? You then have to have a room in the club that women that earn over X can go into that room.
Oh, it's mad.
Yeah,
but the men don't care about what the women earn.
You'd be surprised. So you let
I'm not
every woman in to room 1. To get to room 2, she has to prove her income.
Squid Games.
So yeah.
Wow.
So you're broke bitches. No disrespect, I don't even like that term. But if you ain't got bread, if you ain't got bread, you just
but men don't look. But men don't look at women like that.
Men in
they don't.
They do. They do.
Never.
Because no. Listen.
Never.
If a man is there and's gone into this club and he's just looking for any type of woman, they will be in the dance floor here because he doesn't care, any type of woman. But if you're thinking, actually, I might be looking for someone of a certain caliber, certain standard, who can meet me here, because certain men who are earning 50K don't want to spend the entire 50K looking after her. He might turn around and say, well, actually,
no, that's not
I
true.
want someone... do you know what I mean? No, it is.
Vic, what's your thoughts? Go on.
So a man goes into a club, he's earning 50K, he sees a buff girl, he doesn't care if that girl's homeless. He's going for that girl. No one cares about the financial state of a woman. Never in the history of man.
That is a lie.
Right, I'm going to give you some numbers.
I'd agree.
20 to 35% of men say a partner's income is important to them.
25.
25 to 30%.
That's a quarter to a third.
50 to 75% of women say a partner's income is important.
Mad.
So,
I know it's more. I'm not denying that.
Yeah.
But saying men don't care is a lie, bro.
You're finding the unique men.
Many men say it. Many men say it. Many men say it's a bonus, not a requirement.
Exactly.
Men tend to prioritize personality, physical attraction, compatibility.
Exactly, that's it.
Women
prioritize.
A significant portion say it's a very important for long-term relationships. Women say they're more likely to consider financial stability, earning potential, and career ambition.
Exactly.
So let's ask the women watching the podcast.
For real.
The women will
What
say,
is your question?
The women will say your answer, but deep down, they know money.
What's your question?
And it takes a drink.
Women, what is your preference when it comes to men? Money, looks, responsibility.
And that's in for a long-term relationship, not no one-night stand. One-night stand, they'll take a homeless man. But a long-term relationship, finances.
You know, Vic, I'm kind of worried about where you're meeting some of the... Where are some of your gigs taking you, bruv?
I think the problem is I think women think that men think how women think, and men think how women think. No, men think one way and women think one way. So when it comes to attraction, we have two different criteria. But because of this thing of everything has to be fair, so if I earn 50K, you have to earn 50K. It doesn't work like that.
No, what it is, if I earn 50K and you're signing on, now we got a problem.
You won't. Didn't you see it online? A man took a woman homeless, scrubbed her down, and married her.
I saw that. Yeah.
That's how men think. We only care about looks and personality.
Was that man's name Vic?
Could be.
Could be.
It could be on my family tree.
I'm going to move on not swiftly, but I'm going to keep it comedy. So Kevin Hart recently had a Netflix comedy roast where, and Wiley might get into that side of it, but there was a part of it where there were some allegedly inappropriate jokes.
Allegedly.
But no, I say allegedly. The reason why I say allegedly is that shouldn't the Comedy Forum be able to say what they want, or are there lines that they shouldn't cross?
Okay, well, my first thing is, first of all, the comedy on display, not gonna lie. In terms of writing, comedy writing, that was elite. That was some top quality comedy. In terms of just comedy.
Who was the best for you? Who stood out like as
it was the black woman, I don't know her name.
I know, yeah.
She was the best. But I felt Cat Williams was the most classiest.
Was he was he being a comedian or talking just being angry, but in a nice way?
But he did it in a nice way, did it in a more, he roasted Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
Whereas I felt that other people roasted Kevin Hart and everyone else
that was there,
that was there, everyone watching, people that are not alive, they roasted everyone. And I thought that was wrong. So, and in terms of is it comedy? I don't think it is comedy, because if you took that same type of comedy into a comedy venue, and as a comedian, if I was to perform some of the jokes that they said at a comedy venue, that would be the last time I perform at that comedy venue. Right. So you can't actually say it's comedy.
So here's the thing. We had Fumbi on a couple of years ago, and was it last year or was it a couple of years ago? Anyway,
last year.
But he basically was saying that in terms of comedy, that effectively there is no limit.
No, there's
like you can say, because you go into a comedy show and you expect to hear comedy, so you can say whatever you want to say with no filter. Effectively, he said something along those lines.
No,
I don't quote him word for word, but along those lines. So are you saying that there is a filter, there is a limit you can go to?
Because at the end of the day, you put on a comedy show, I come to your comedy show, I say some things about some people in the audience and I disrespect them. Are you going to book me again? And they've complained and they said, I'm not coming back to your venue.
But if it's two people complained, you've got a sold out arena at Hackney. Everybody else is busting up. The reviews are, it was fantastic.
No, the reviews are not. No, he said some things that are horrible.
Right, but then only two people complained and everyone else is blessed.
And the reviews. I'm talking about everyone saying it. But
right, okay, yeah. So from that point of view, of course you're not going to book that person.
Because the comedy show's on every week. Yeah. Comedy store, you say the wrong thing, you say one thing wrong, and someone criticizes you, you're not coming back.
Yeah.
And they've got 1,000 comics to choose from. So there is something that says you can't say certain things.
So just to give a bit of context to it, Tony Hinchcliffe, who was on the roast of Kevin Hart, he made a joke about George Floyd, and he basically said, I don't want to say what the joke is, but it was a joke that referenced about George Floyd's death. No. Because the thing is, I didn't think it was the right thing to do in that environment. And I don't think, and even then,
is there an environment?
I don't think you can make joke about someone who died in those circumstances. Right. You can make joke about people's death, because people do it all the time. But that particular death was a very controversial circumstance that led to a lot of outcomes.
You can make a joke about someone's death, or what about the wife, the mother, the son, the daughter? Are they watching it going, oh, that was funny? No, they're not.
Because his family publicly condemned it as well. And they all said it was a real tragedy with police brutality, but a lot of people have really been kicking back against it. So
even if he died in his sleep, you are talking about a man. When, I don't know if you saw the bit when Rock was talking about Kevin Hart's dad.
Yes.
Who died.
Yes.
My dad passed away. So I'm thinking to myself, imagine you're sitting there and a man picks up a picture of your dead dad and starts gunning him.
Arms us, innit?
I will fight The Rock. I'll die and come back reincarnated in a life support machine.
Come back as the old warrior.
I'll fight The Rock. But it was so, I felt that actually upset me. And that wasn't even my dad.
But is it that thing that boundaries are getting pushed so far? And it's like, I know it's very extreme, but if you think about like sci-fi films like Running Man and what's that where the kids run around?
No.
Where the kids run around and kill each other. Hunger Games. Like is everything pushing the boundaries too soon? At one point you're gonna see live on TV, everyone, 50 people have got a bucky. Whoever stands up last is the winner. Well, Squid Games is a bit more technical and a bit more sordid, but you know what I mean? You got to start somewhere simple, innit? And is it that? Is society moving in that direction where there are no boundaries. You'll see the first legal death on TV because someone signed a thing to say, I'm all right to die on TV. If you catch me, you catch me.
I think the problem is we're seeing a lot of, like, social media started this. A lot of people want to become famous, but they haven't got the talent.
Right, yeah.
So because they haven't got the talent, they have to rely on shock value. And I put Kevin Hart in that category because that program wasn't necessary. But because they haven't got the talent to make people laugh really hard, they had to go with the shock value.
Right. And we'll probably come on to that in a bit. I've got a couple more. Joe Budden.
Sorry, Citrus.
Oh, sorry.
Am I even there, bruv?
No, I thought you were telling me one more. That's why I was moving on.
You know the shock value? The shock is, carry on, bruv. That's how shocking it is.
Go on.
No, what I would say is, I don't agree with any of you guys. I think when it's a roast, there is no boundaries.
I agree with that.
You just go for whatever you go for. And what I think about being a roast is put me back into the playground and it's me cussing your mum and you're trying to cuss my mum and whoever gets the biggest laugh in the playground. And there was never a, you can't say that, you can't do that. What? And if this is what a roast is based on, like this person cussing that person or that person cussing this person, then there is no boundaries. And as soon as you put boundaries on comedy, then you start to
But the boundaries were always there.
1 second. So as soon as you start putting boundaries on comedy, then you start to limit what direction you can go in and where and how you can go there. Whereas the clever comedians can talk about the most controversial subject and topics and still traverse around it with class. If someone's just going to say something outlandish for the shock value, then I'm like, that there is no comedy in that. But if you can, if there's a way to turn around and find something, even if it's not to your taste, if you can find something funny, then at a roast, I'm saying at a roast. I'm not saying the comedy store.
But the problem was,
it's at a roast.
It went out of the element of roast. George Floyd didn't sign up to the roast.
Right. So and this is
Kevin Hart's parents that are dead didn't sign up to the roast.
However,
the woman whose husband killed himself, he didn't sign up to the roast. But the person who died in 9/11, he didn't sign up to the roast.
But they apparently they were asked.
The families, you mean?
They apparently they were asked. Obviously, George Floyd's family weren't asked, but the woman whose husband committed suicide, she was asked and said, "Is it okay?" And she said,
"Yeah, she was asked." But did they ask his kids? Did they ask his friends and family?
As I said once again, if we're going to start to police it, then it's not a roast. Do you know what I mean?
No, a roast is you. If you watch Cat Williams roast, he roasted Kevin Hart. No, he didn't need to have to bring in 100 other men.
But no, if you watch how Americans do their roasts, normally the roaster roasts the individual and the panel. That's their format.
That's fine.
So in doing so, I'm saying, don't get me wrong, not to my taste, but I think as soon as we start limiting it, it can just get a bit scary.
I don't even think we have to limit it. I think common sense will tell you, don't cuss my husband who's passed away. I might find it funny, but I don't think his family will. But because you want the check, because that's what it is. You've literally just sold out on national TV. Yeah. You want the check,
I agree.
Cuss my husband. You want the check, take a picture of my dead dad, put him up there. I don't care. I want the check. You are now Uncle Tom.
Wow. Would you, from a comedy point of view, take part or be roasted?
Never.
You wouldn't, not at all?
Not a roast. I'm not taking part. I don't want nothing to do with it. It's not even comedy. You are literally just cussing someone.
Okay, all right.
So what's the difference?
With a comedy, I go on there. I've got 20 minutes to an hour. I've written down my jokes. I'm not going to cuss people just for no reason. My job is to make you laugh. If I make the whole audience laugh and one person comes back to me and says, I was offended at something you said, as a comedian, I'll look at that and go, I've got to look at my jokes and make sure that I'm not offending people because I don't want to offend no one. 100 people are there, 100 people have to laugh. That's my job.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not a comedian.
Yeah,
because I'll be roasting up someone.
It's interesting because when we've had Fumbi, we've had Lateef Lovejoy, we've had Kojo on it. Yeah. But specifically when I think about when Fumbi was talking about it, he had a slightly different take on it. That it's not, and it's interesting because there are different ways. Ultimately, the thing is about making someone laugh, but there are different ways of how you can do that and how you approach doing that.
It's like when you go to some comedy shows where the comedian's standing there and just roasting those sitting at
The
the front.
audience, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I'm just like,
Yeah, it's not.
like I in my head, I'm just like, okay, but all right, just where's your material? Do you get what I mean? That's one thing, but I think there's a skill in being able to integrate your audience. You might rip them a little bit, but then there's a feel good factor and everyone walks away happy. I
That's
think
it. Yeah. If you can make everyone
that.
walk away happy and everyone's laughed,
That's a good
you
show.
are a good comedian. If you have to,
sorry, Vic. But then I'm thinking I've watched some, you know, what I mean, some stand-ups, and you see hecklers doing their
that's
thing,
different.
and then the comedian just hones
Zones in.
on the heckler. Now the heckler's getting thrown out and whatever else.
That's different.
They didn't have a good time.
No, but the
Do you
heckler,
get what I mean?
if the heckler shouts out abuse,
He or she.
and then the comedian takes that on, then that's the
their
heckler's
business.
fault. That's different.
Yeah.
But if everyone's just sitting there, your job is to make everyone laugh without everyone being offended. Now, if you have to, because I've seen there was one where the guy just started cussing this disabled woman for no reason. The whole audience was laughing. She went to the balcony and tried to commit suicide,
Ross.
and he got banned from the venue.
And that's what you got to think about. I
So
guess.
you can't just, like, I seen another one when the man started cussing this guy's mum. Guy just jumped up, punched him, knocked him out,
Yeah, done
clean on site.
Done that.
Kojo's comedy show. So,
Kojo's comedy show.
so you have to think about your audience and think, I am here to make everyone laugh,
Fair enough.
not just one or two. And you could, I think I did an Asian show the other day. I did a little joke about the guy at the back. It was nothing major. Isn't he the guy who's putting on the whole damn event? Is he going to book me again for their Birmingham, Newcastle?
You ain't getting no further bookings, bruv.
I don't know. I didn't rip him too hard, but it was just a little joke. But
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna move on. So the weekend just gone saw two big events. One was the release of a Swash AP the Watchmaker collaboration, which basically went haywire. Like a watch which retailed for £335 or £350, with a potential resale value in the UK of 1,000 to 1,500, 900. Now, the reason why I mention it, and in a jovial link, is that there was a march which happened on Saturday. So Tommy Robinson had a march which was, I think it was something in relation to freedom for the UK.
Unite the Kingdom.
Unite the Kingdom. But what took me is that there was a black woman, I think her name was Sintish, who took to the stage and gave a speech at this rally. Now, this rally is known because of the person who is fronting it from the face point of view as a racist. Should black people buy into what Tommy Robinson's done, or is she ignorant to what the agenda is of that and she thought she was doing a good thing? I'll go with Vic because you're the guest.
I think she's ignorant to it and she thinks she's doing a good thing. And I think as well, like it goes back to the thing I was saying before, some social media's made these people that just want attention. So they haven't got a talent, so they'll know to go and do certain things. So she's used this platform
To go on.
to boost up her own little profile.
Well, imagine this. Off the back of doing that, and off the back of doing it, she went on Piers Morgan.
See what I mean?
And went on Piers Morgan, and arguably she won the debate with Piers Morgan. And I thought, oh, okay. So that made me pay attention to her, and that's why it was kind of stuck in my head. But I just think there's this thing of, Tommy Robinson's a racist. I don't care what anybody says. He's a racist. If you align with him as a person of colour, something's not right. And I don't know why people do it and think that
It's the attention.
it's just the attention. You don't think that they're doing the great. So when you see the man that's down there, the black man, looks like Flavor Flav and he's in the Union Jack suit, it's attention.
Yeah. When all that attention comes, it gives you like some dopamine hit. Like I put on videos on social media. When I see a like,
Right, you're going again.
it's just like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
So that attention, people want that attention. They'll literally do. I've gone to comedy shows, man stripped naked, running around the whole audience. They just want that attention. So I think any people will do certain things just for attention.
Citrus, what do you think? I'll come to you last. I know you got an opinion.
It's nonsense. Do you know what I mean? It's the same thing as the house and the field. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, right, okay.
And I think to myself, when you feel like you have to align with your enemy to be accepted, then you have to hold a glass up, because you think to yourself what your family went through, your ancestors went through, your parents probably went through, and then you're going to do all of that.
It's mad.
Yeah, I'm back at the attention thing. I just think it's crazy, unless, and I've got to be fair, unless you think by infiltrating groups,
Yes,
you can then you can't influence from the outside. You have to be on the inside to influence and change.
I don't think it's that smart now.
But
I know what you mean. Yeah, you're talking about Black Panthers kind of styly getting in there and all them kind of
getting
thing.
in, yeah.
Wiley,
I think it's we're in a world right now where the people that are making those sorts of statements, they're not necessarily targeting it to do with race. So what they're doing is they're targeting everyone who feels marginalized for whatever the reason may be. It could be to do with money, it could be to do with class. And what they're trying to do, they're tying it all together. The lady that was on stage, with all what she was saying, you would think, like has been said, you'd all naturally say, oh, she doesn't know what she's doing, this, that, and the other, field, house, whichever. But what they've tapped into is that they know people feel marginalized. And as long as people feel marginalized, whether it be money, whether it be class, whether it be race, if you tie everyone else together who feels marginalized, who feels that they're not being treated right, you're going to get a bigger movement. What Tommy Robinsons and the Nigel Farages and the rest of them have done is they've tied a lot of people who have felt that they felt marginalized for one thing into the cause for another thing. And that's what's happening with people like, you would say, why would a black person go on stage and speak there? Well, she spoke there for a reason. As you said, she went on the Piers Morgan show, said what you said, and arguably won the argument. So the question is, what is it that you've been told or that you've learned in all of this that you're now thinking you're fighting for? Are you fighting for your people, or are you fighting for what you think you're fighting for? They think they're fighting for a cause.
So it's a Jedi.
When it gets to the point where people get put in, because ultimately these people that are put in place, when they now win their elections or whatever's, their end game will all be seen. We saw that with the Brexit vote, and we won't get into all of that, but you know what I mean? Things that we're being told that people are fighting for are not necessarily what they're fighting for. So that was what there.
Cool. Last one from me, and then we're going to move on. So I was out raving a couple weeks ago, maybe it might have been a month or two ago, and I saw in a bashment dance, Tim Westwood.
Okay.
Then I was watching the TV, 8 out of 10 cats. It was an old episode, granted. Tim Westwood was on there. Now, in my head, I was shocked. Obviously, I know they're only allegations, but there's loads of allegations, and Timothy's disappeared. Am I right in thinking that this man shouldn't be out in the public raving? And I'm talking about raving where there were females in there, and I say maybe the youngest was, I don't know, 25, eldest maybe, I don't know, in their 40s. And then the fact that he's on 8 out of 10 cats, knowing that there are allegations against him. Was I wrong in thinking that he should have been moved to in the dance, or his stuff on BBC should be taken off?
I don't think he's wrong, but it's allegations. What can you do?
It's allegations. Like if we're going to stick with the justice system, then innocent until proven guilty.
Yeah, but I don't think he was wrong, because those allegations came to us through strong media, people talking. So it's hard to just watch all of that and go, well, innocent to proven guilty. So it might make you think he's guilty, but at the same time, it is innocent to proven guilty. So you have to give him that benefit of the doubt.
Has he? I know you're a dab hand on it. Has a court case been set, or has he been acquitted of all charges? The reason why I say, like, there was someone that I was rolling with who said, I'm going to move to him, and the reason why he said the reason why he said that is that I've got the texts that he sent to my cousin.
To the guy's cousin.
To the guy's cousin. Yeah, to the guy's cousin. Like, he said some inappropriate things to her while she was at uni. She was aged 19. Westwood is touching, I want to say 70, but I think that's wrong. I think he's about 65. So at the time, he might have been about 50. So he's seen.
So how old was she?
She would have been 18, 19.
Okay,
and
move to him for a reason.
because it's inappropriate.
Because of what?
Because he's 50, whatever it was.
Doesn't matter, bro.
Because you're saying it's in the eyes of the law.
Doesn't matter. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's okay. I'm just saying it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because there are like if you go back home, bruv, and to the motherland, there are chiefs with wives that are older than that are younger than their oldest child. Do you know what I mean? So I think when there's a system in place where you turn around and say, from this age upwards, it's okay. If you adhere to that, then you have to respect it. I know it sounds crazy.
No, go on.
But I think you just have to respect it because a line needs to be drawn somewhere. So the opposite side of this is turning around and saying, whatever age you are, anyone 20 years above or below, obviously above the age of consent, anyone 20 years above or below shouldn't be in a relationship with this person.
Right.
And when you start doing things like that, it just gets really weird. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Under the age, then absolutely crazy. But age of consent, even if the person is influenced or coerced or groomed, then there's still a space. So I'm just trying to play the other side of the coin.
If you remember, we had a whole thing about age and relationships a couple of years ago. I'm not going to get into that because we start talking about young thing and all people saying that they were young and there was no issue about age differences. Not on the mad scale, more on the scale of like 25 to 40, not on the younger age. I want to make sure that disclaimer is there. In terms of the Tim Westwood charges, he has been charged. He's got 4 charges of rape, 9 counts of indecent assault, 2 counts of sexual assault. In terms of his age, Tim Westwood is currently 68.
Matty.
So in terms of should he be at dances and stuff, we've got to do better.
Is he on the sex offenders register?
Not currently, no, because he's not been found guilty. He's got a trial that's scheduled for 2027. But the thing is this: if this was in the mainstream, very quickly charges are brought up, you're getting dropped off. You're getting cut off. They're cutting you right off. I'm not saying that it's the right or the wrong thing, but they are making sure you're not getting no TV bookings. You're not getting no
full cancellation.
Yeah, you're getting cancelled.
No, but Rain said it was an old.
Yeah, it's old.
No. That's mainstream.
Yeah.
So I'm saying in the hip hop, dance or R&B, whatever world where we circulate, how come he's not been cancelled? We know these charges are there.
He's been cancelled in the UK, but he goes out to, irony, African nations, and he's still doing his thing.
But
when you say cancel, what do you mean? What does cancel even mean?
So 1 second. But you said you saw him, he was seen in a dance
hall dance.
Right
now. In South London.
He was seen in a dance hall dance in South London, UK. So my point is, he has not been cancelled in that circle. And to answer your question, when you talk about cancelled for me would mean, you know what? The powers that be, like if I was as a DJ, if I had these sort of charges against me, I'm not getting no bookings. I'm not getting no invites to nothing. I'm not getting let into dances nowhere because people have got these charges against me. So you're going to turn around and say, you know what? No, sorry, mate, you can't come in. You're not invited. You're not this, you're not that. That for me is cancelled in this circumstance. The fact that he's still in a dance hall dance in South London means that he's still being revered as Tim Westwood.
Yeah.
Is that right? When in any other medium,
well, it can't be wrong saying, because he hasn't been proved guilty.
It can't be wrong.
But
like do you know what the worst thing is? And don't get wrong, I'm not saying he's in this category, but someone don't like you and says, you raped my kid. I'm like, what? And then someone else is like, I don't like him either. Yeah, he raped my kid, and he was texting my cousin's daughter. And blah, blah, blah. All of a sudden, there's a whole hate campaign against you. And then now you're not allowed to be on a podcast. You're not allowed to go to work. You're not allowed to DJ. You're not allowed to be out socially because these allegations have been put against you. Don't get wrong. I'm not saying the guy's innocent.
Yeah.
I'm just saying a campaign can be started up.
Yeah.
And people can run with a narrative. And then when it's disproven, it's like, why they kept DJ? Can you come back? Can you come back to the podcast? Can you come back to the events? Can you come back and start DJing here? Can you come back to work? and whatever else. There are allegations that have gone out, and it's ruined careers.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Shout goes out to Kirk Zuma.
Yep. But
We're still
Go on.
playing, is he? Final comments from you, and then if you go,
so I will say this much, yeah. If you've and Rain will be able to understand this world, our worlds outside of this, in the sense of, if you're charged with something, it's one thing to have an allegation. If you're charged with something, effectively, you brought your company or whatever into disrepute.
BBC.
So in terms of if one thing to have allegations, when you have a charge against you, then there's the different level of how you're measured, because effectively, to protect you and to protect the business, you know what, we got to suspend you to whatever, pending the outcome of whatever. Yeah. In this circumstance, there is no way of suspending a Tim Westwood from a dance. But we as a community have to do better about protecting our people. Because what if this man's now found guilty? Does that mean that the dance he went to over the weekend, we've said, you know what, we've now exposed those women, young women in those dances, to the same thing we should be protecting them from? That doesn't make sense to me. We should be saying, you know what, if you're charged with something, protect those people to make sure, you know what, listen, just settle, rest aside, don't come for the dances for now. Go through your case. When you're found not guilty, feel free to come back. Because if he's now found guilty, those promoters have to answer, when the man was charged, why did you allow him to come into your dance and expose more women to the same problem?
And I agree with what you're saying, but I think it comes down to what you just said, those promoters. Every promoter is going to look at it differently. One promoter will be like, I'm not letting him, he's been done charged. And another one's going to be like, let him in. For that promoter, letting him in might have increased his sales to 100 people coming. We don't know.
But it was in this instance, Tim wasn't playing. He was there raving, drinking drinks.
To them, that's a celebrity. For them. So for them, that might have been the biggest deal of their life. So it's just to everyone's promoter. But because he's not been proved guilty, you have to just treat him as innocent. Even if the charges, you just have to say, look,
you gotta leave it at that. All right,
you could do.
Last one for me. I'll just say last one before. But in Harlesden, there was an accident that happened. I don't know. They had the red tape. I was laughing. There was red tape. So there was obviously an accident. Now, what happened? There was you've heard of Waymo.
Yes.
So Waymo is the automatic cars. And
we talked about that on the podcast recently, actually.
All right.
Yeah.
So in this instance, the Waymo vehicle said, I don't want business. I'm going. The AI just drove through the tape, drove through the police. Eventually stopped. But, you know what I mean? Like, this thing is not fit for purpose as yet. My question is, because people are using this Waymo in America, when it comes to the UK, are you, man, going to jump in there and...
When you say Waymo, you mean a driverless car?
The driverless car.
Yes.
So the issue is, and I deep dived into this accidentally. The issue is the AI is set up in America. In America, they don't have the same red tape system. They don't have...
They got tape, though. Red tape, yellow tape.
The same red tape system. They don't have mini roundabouts. There's quite a few things we have here in the UK that they don't have in the US. And because of that, when this Waymo system is now navigating across the UK or the London streets and the small little roads that we've got, not the big spaces they've got in the US, the learning, the technology is going to take a long time and a lot of testing for it to be able to understand.
Do you think the AI just said, this is Halsey, I've got to get out of here?
Well, here's the thing. According to Waymo, they're saying that the vehicle was being manually supervised at the time. Yeah. There was a human safety driver inside, and the driver has been suspended pending investigation.
Oh, there you go.
Because obviously he wasn't paying attention. But the difference is, like for me, you know, I'd rather you lot succeed and get driverless things for about 2-3 years, and then when it's all right, and then everyone did that when it went wrong.
Yep.
Then I can go and sit down.
Yep.
And go down the straight road from here to there. One line, like just go stop at the traffic light, go stop at the next traffic light, and I'm getting out. Turning corners and doing all sorts. And do you know what's the difference? In America, you can't. It's illegal to jaywalk. Now kids come out.
Not everywhere, but yeah.
Kids come out of school and just run across the road. Do you know what I mean? Waymo, all them other driverless things. The tech. Don't get wrong. The tech is superb because its reaction time is quicker than a human's reaction time. So if someone steps out, it will stop faster than you or I. Probably me, because you got them cat-like reflexes. But essentially, I'm turning around and saying, let the technology work itself out. Let them lot dead, you lot dead. Let all of that go on, and then when it's all okay, then I'll get on.
My reflexes are good. I'm like a Gundam pilot. But if you know about Gundam Wing, you know. Vic, go on.
I'll say
Man
this.
said
I'm not
goddamn.
jumping in a driverless car. And I'm saying that, but I also said I'm not using 5G mobile phone. 5G is in my pocket right now.
That was like when the master going up, kick them down. That way,
Now it's next to your balls because your phone is in your back pocket. Madness.
So when they bring out the driverless, and if I'm in a hurry, I'm jumping in. I got no choice. This is life now. I have to just hope.
Listen,
run with it.
Got on with it.
We jump on the
Run
DLR.
over
There's
it.
no drivers
Yeah.
on the DLR.
I didn't even know that.
No DLR.
I didn't even know that until you just told me just now.
Yeah.
Bro,
No,
But
there's a man on there that's got a key. I've seen him walking
They
down.
drive themselves.
I didn't even know
The
that.
man is just there. He's got a key to do it, but they drive themselves.
There's a man there to do it.
Wow.
There's a man there to do it.
Do
Though.
you know what?
Sometimes.
Do you know what the wickedest thing is? And that sounds mad. I'm kind of comfortable with the trains being driverless because the way I see it, if you press it's going to get a bit technical, but like a circuit board, if you press the on button here, it's live. If you press the off button here, it's not live. So the vehicle essentially will travel from the live point and stop at the point where it's no longer live.
Okay, got you.
So therefore,
Maybe, unless it's like the taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3. I don't know if anyone's seen that film.
Yeah.
I'm comfortable if you had told me.
So that's okay. However, if it gets to the point where on the streets, the problem with driverless cars is they'll be perfect if humans weren't on the roadside as well.
If humans were imperfect.
So because humans are imperfect, someone will be driving, texting on their phone, doing da-da-da-da-da-da, look up, do something, swerve. Another car with a human in it would be like, yo, that guy's doing a
But
madness.
you said that the reactions are faster than the human.
I know. However, the reaction of the Waymo will do what it's been programmed to do. I might know, swerve over here, go around that, pull over on the curb. The Waymo's like, I'm not allowed on the curb, so I'm not doing that. Now a kid runs out. The kid runs.
I killed a kid because I can't go on the curb.
Because I'm not allowed to go on the curb. Now, like, is the AI that at that level? This is why I said I have to wait. I have to wait for Vic and Rain.
I'm not getting it. Sorry, I know Vic was talking. We'll finish on you and then we'll move on. I'm not getting in it. And I know that in America people have done it and it seems to be working all right. There was one case where the I don't know if it was Waymo, so I don't want to misquote the company.
Three of them.
No,
Stuck.
it wasn't a truck. It wasn't stuck. The car went onto the roundabout and then decided I'm not coming off the roundabout and just kept going round. They had to. The man called them and said, "Look, I'm stuck on the roundabout." They had to do something technical and press buttons and stop it.
This
Like,
is it.
that's why I'm not going in there. I'm not going in there.
I'm not
So you're
going,
not going
in
in.
there until I see
Vic's
it.
going in. Vic's going in. Do you know what's gonna happen? Vic's gonna run for the train. He's like, I'm gonna miss my show. Waymo. Let's go on the app. That man sent me £3 off. Let me just.
Everyone right now has got 5G in their pocket. During COVID, I'm not doing 5G. Now everyone got 5G.
And that was COVID time. We had nothing better to do.
Yeah.
No, the masts are going up. Let's bring them down. People
Yeah.
are setting them on fire and all that. Now we're just all blessed.
I know Vic is looking on his thing. I'm gonna be late for my show.
On the
They're gonna
5G
find me
watch.
On my 5G watch. I'm gonna be late for my show. Or Waymo is there with the thing flashing like, hire me now, like a
I gotta do
line
it, man. I gotta do it, man.
And you're
No way.
you
Way
know what
more
I mean?
Abdul,
Gone
man.
again. All right, nice.
Citrus, I know you have your cards ready. You have some
I
questions.
do.
I can see you was itching.
You're in your own time.
All right.
And it's easier. Oh, there you go.
Oh. Good evening, Vic. This is eMpTy the Clip, the eMpTy podcast 90-second quick fire round where we ask you questions, no deliberation, no stuttering, just straight answers from the dome. Don't be scared. Don't be shocked. Are you ready?
Sorry, the Diddy section.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Rain, can you get me a timer for 90 seconds?
Done.
Vic, this is your eMpTy the Clip. Rain, start the timer. 3, 2, 1, go. Favorite decade?
90s.
Hot drink or cold drink?
Hot.
Can you cook rice for one person?
Yes.
Late 90s or early 2000s?
Early 2000s.
Silent sneeze or a sprayer?
Silent sneeze or sprayer? Silent sneeze.
Jewelry or gadgets?
Gadgets.
What country would you like to visit?
America.
Red rose or white rose?
Red rose.
Second job out or grind hard in your first one?
Grind hard on your first one.
Uber or taxi?
Uber.
When was your last Karen encounter?
I'm not sure.
Quick fire, Vic.
2 days ago.
Snowboard or skiing?
Snowball or skiing?
Are you a public pooer? Yes or no?
No.
Ben and Jerry's or Haagen-Dazs?
Haagen-Dazs.
How long does it take to cook a steak?
30 minutes.
Front or back?
Front's always a safer option.
If you could master one instrument, what would it be?
Piano.
High street or designer?
Designer.
Favorite subject at school?
Maths.
Are you wrong or are you strong?
I'm wrong.
Walk, jog, run or sprint?
Walk.
And this is your last question. This is a good one. He-Man or Lionel?
Line up Thundercats. He-Man.
Vic, this has been your Empty the Clip. Can we give him a round of applause, please, guys? All right, we need the lights back on. Thank you very much.
That's
Vic,
Diddy.
you've done very well. We're going to put the main light on so you don't get Diddy nervous until we can get the lights on. But you did really well.
Thank
I'm
you.
very impressed.
I got it. So after that,
Bro, just the boys' last episode came out today.
the boys. Oh yeah.
Finale.
Yeah.
You ain't seen it, not like.
I don't watch it.
I know.
I watch it on YouTube. I watch little clips on YouTube, but that's about it. I
This
don't watch
man's
the whole
never
thing.
seen a Marvel film.
That's not true. I've seen Endgame. I've seen the one before it.
Disrespect.
I've seen.
There he said,
Disrespect.
I've
Endgame,
seen.
the one before it.
Yeah.
It's a disrespect. It's a disrespect.
What it is, I don't sit down and watch all the Marvel. I haven't seen Iron Man 2 or 3. I saw the first Avengers, the second Avengers. I haven't seen all the Spider-Man films. Haven't bothered to watch the 4 films. I'm not interested. You know what it is? Certain.
This is giving me
certain-
anxiety.
So not even that.
So you're
Certain-
watching it and you don't understand why certain
No,
things
no, no,
happen.
no.
Because you know all of the way the stories merge, and you're just there like,
Do you know what it is?
okay.
The thing
So
is,
why did he fly away? You know, like all of that. Wiley, just-
the thing is,
Why did he snap?
the thing
Yeah,
is,
yeah. What's that about?
no. But here's the thing. Like I said, I've got, and I told you before, I've got the original Infinity Gauntlet comic. So you see all that about him doing that for whatever he didn't do it. He did it to impress Death. So there's a whole load of that storyline isn't the true storyline of the Infinity Gauntlet.
What's that got?
No one cares.
So for me,
No one cares.
no
one cares.
so for me, watching
No one
them
cares.
on the films isn't the true reflection of
Yeah.
what I've seen in comics.
That's like saying I
Yeah.
tumble dry my socks or I don't. No one cares.
No.
Bro, it's exactly that.
It's nothing like that at all.
So wait, the
They
people
should
that
stick to the comics though.
Yeah, the
No, they can't. They can't.
No,
And
no,
it's-
no,
that
it
is the
can't.
thing.
It doesn't make
But it's the
sense.
thing.
It'll be a better film.
So my thing
it
is,
won't.
if I read it in the comic and it doesn't translate, it's like reading a book, like Lord of the Rings or whatever, and then you're now seeing the film. If it doesn't translate to what
But
you've read in the book,
of Lord of the Rings and the film Lord of the Rings don't translate.
no, but that's what I'm saying. If it doesn't translate, it's not necessarily going to be as
But
the
we
same
already
as what you
know
watch.
it's an interpretation.
It's
Nah,
not interpretation.
Nah.
There's the MCU and then there's the comic book universe. They're two different places. So therefore, they're two different stories. The things
Yeah,
don't
I'm not-
But the
happen.
comic stories are better than the movie stories.
100%. But of course they will be because
they
in,
should
When Magneto
but
did this
can't-
and Wolverine's all his metal come out of his body,
they should
come
do
on, man.
things like that.
what do you mean?
I think they did that in the
But
movie.
that happens.
No, but I've not seen that in the same way of it. Execution
done
Song. The
properly.
Execution Song, which was the crossover of all them comics, was something that was massive. Seeing that in the film, it's not in the same. It's not in the same way. So, for example, when whatever happened with Magneto and Wolverine didn't involve X-Force. didn't involve the Uncanny X-Men. All that crossover that I went through and read the comics and was excited to, I got to get next one. Nah, the films weren't the same.
You can't do it's impossible because you can't. The Infinity Gauntlet spanned over 150 comics. 150 comics. You try and put that to film. Impossible.
No.
It's impossible. It's impossible.
The Infinity Gauntlet.
I'm here for it, man.
Why isn't even seen a tenth of them? Like, what's he gonna do?
No, I don't need to see the
comics, man.
And what you've done, you've missed out. Like, see, have you ever seen one of the end cut scenes? The end scenes?
Yeah, I've seen the end scenes. But my thing is that I don't have the same. I've seen the films and I thought, yeah, these are great films. But because I went through the 90s buying these comics, seeing certain things in the comics, I'm expecting, like, for example, Guardians of the Galaxy is not the same Guardians of the Galaxy makeup of people that was in the comics that I bought. So I'm not seeing the people that the guy that was sent to Mars,
Yes, it
and
was.
the guy that was sent to Mars, and then the Earth, then I think 150 years later, humans managed to make that travel quicker. It's not the same makeup of the Guardians of the Galaxies of the 90s. It's a different makeup of them now. It's a totally different makeup, and you know what? And I appreciate that they've done it for the film, but what I remember, it's not the same.
If you was in charge of Marvel, Marvel would have been bust. Because what it is, you can't adapt. You're not adapting. Because what it is, you've got in the MCU, the MCU is different from the 513 universe, which is different from the 616 universe.
Yeah, no, I hate that. I hate that.
So
But to be fair, the Marvel's not doing well now.
It's not because they started at the top. They basically shouldn't have done.
I think they kept on doing. If you look into it, they keep on doing all these woke characters. He-Man's a woman.
That's Disney. That's all Disney.
It got all silly.
But in the comics, you've got some of that woke stuff if you read it, like Moon Knight. Not Moon Knight. Oh, what was it? Moon something. Anyway, one with the lady with the girl with the bald head, like lesbian relationship in the comics.
That's fine, but the Silver Surfer is a man. They made him a woman.
But it's a different. No, they didn't. It's a different universe.
Yeah, but
It's a different universe. Norrin Rad is not the woman that you saw.
And I can appreciate it's a different universe, but if the comics didn't give that universe at the time, then what it then sounds like is that to make it fit for the films, they've made a different universe for the films. But we that bought the comics, I'm expecting to see when Magneto did whatever he did to Wolverine and got mad and said, you know what, you're pissing me off for the last time, boom. And his metal will come out, and then Wolverine's done that, and he's actually got bones rather than the metal. That's what I bought.
And when you go
I'm
into the
expecting to see in the films.
storyline, Wolverine goes on to be like some wolf kind of person. He changes as a personality.
Right.
That's not in the movies.
Again, you lot would make Marvel bust, because if you do that, what age classification is that film?
No.
Just answer the question.
Here's the thing.
Just answer the question.
I'm answering it. It could be a 15. But however you make a film is however you make a film. But my point is, I've got no issue with them doing it as they're doing it. I just don't have the interest that I had in the comics.
Yeah.
The comic world was totally different.
The storylines aren't as strong as the comics, basically.
They're different. It's not they're not as strong. They're different. They're just different.
They're movies, because it's the Marvel Cinematic Universe, not the Marvel comic universe. And that's why it's different.
Yeah, which is fair enough, man.
Anyway,
fair enough.
We back on track.
So
we're in the room.
We have emptied the clip. We have emptied the clip. Shouts out to Victor, who went through our 90 seconds of mayhem. We are now about to go into it's all right.
But getting too much alcohol.
Victor's trying to break the studio.
One lemonade, bro.
Why is that new? When he gave him a small
innit?
He's trying to
I don't think that'd be a good idea.
Trying to destroy the whole universe. Anyway, so we've got something a bit different this week. Something very different, and we're gonna be this Victor is our first contestant. Is that the right word I would say?
Victim? No.
Victim, yes. Victim. And we're going to experiment with, I don't even know, what we're going to call this segment?
Bust it.
No, I like that.
That sounds like a wild to me.
No, I like that. Bust it.
I don't.
Bust
Okay,
it.
cool.
Okay, maybe we'll think of something a lot more sophisticated than that. But what we're going to do is we're going to ask Victor a couple questions and find out what his views are on certain comic comedians.
Oh wow!
So
don't get me in trouble.
You're probably wondering why have we got toothpicks there? We got toothpicks there for a reason. So I will ask Rain to dash one of the balloons across to you.
Oh wow.
There you go. There you go. You got a toothpick right there.
These came from the 50p shop, man.
Have I just been putting here for an experiment?
Yeah,
No.
You're literally the test subject.
Thank you.
You are the test person. Absolutely.
This is Rain fighting to.
You need to get these from IKEA or something. Like when you're buying it from Mr. Patel
Let's
shop.
take the whole lid off.
Now he's bust
You know?
the whole thing. Aggressive.
Right.
I hate popping balloons.
So,
Scared.
I'm scared. Ah,
so
someone's shooting.
Victor, very quick question. Name,
What we need you to do
yes. Go on.
is once you agree, bust the balloon and we'll discuss.
All right.
Okay.
So, pop the balloon when you hear a better...
It's time to bust it.
Start again.
Okay. It's time to bust it when you hear.
A better comedian than... We're going to go with Martin Lawrence. Yeah?
Okay.
Martin Lawrence. Steve Harvey. Cedric the Entertainer. Mike Epps. Wanda Sykes.
No.
Don't be silly.
Tiffany Haddish.
No way.
Whoopi Goldberg.
I didn't know. I didn't even know.
Kevin Hart.
He's thinking.
Nah.
Cat Williams.
Yeah.
It's your choice.
All
Wow.
right. Okay, that's fine.
There you go.
You got to be
Ne-
faster.
Next question. You gotta be.
No, let's delve into Cat Williams.
Yeah.
So Cat Williams. So
Why
what,
Cat Williams?
Yeah, why Cat Williams?
He's got the performance.
Yeah.
He's got the jokes. He's got the charisma. He's just an all-round funny guy. And I'm not saying every single special I've seen of him has been good,
Yeah, I agree.
but in the early days, he put himself in that position as one of the best comedians. I think he's top 5.
That's top 5.
No, I agree.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, we're going to get to that. We are going to get to that. So, we got another one for you.
Go on.
We have got another one for you. And we know you said you don't do roasts.
Okay.
We know you said you don't do
I haven't
roasts.
watched many of them, I'll be honest.
No, don't
But
matter.
you know the principle.
You know the principle, yeah? So, which of these comedians would be able to out-roast you? Out-roast you. Mo Gilligan. Eddie Caddy. Kojo.
No, move on.
No?
Why do you keep going?
Yeah.
Listen,
I have to think about
Okay.
that one. Kojo's strong.
He is.
White Yardie.
Nah.
Dane Baptiste. Kay Kurd.
Nah.
Kevin J.
Nah.
Donna Spence. London Hughes.
No.
Jeannie Ashery. Slim.
Flinched.
He's flinching.
Keep going.
Okay.
Ooh.
Felix Dexter.
No.
Lenny Henry.
No.
Judith Jacob.
No.
Rudy Litwood.
No.
Curtis Walker.
Okay. respect.
Why Curtis Walker?
The legend, man. I've seen him in action. He doesn't even need a script. He would
Effortlessly.
just keep coming up with jokes upon jokes upon jokes. And I put Slim in that same category. That's why I had to think about it. But Curtis Walker, definitely, I don't think I could out-roast him.
We got one more. Citrus.
All
We
right,
have one more.
Balloons are getting bigger.
So what's got? Well, I'm going to get into that.
All right. So we're gonna say that Comic Vic is gonna be in a blockbuster,
Okay.
almost like Rush Hour, but a different spin. Who would be your associate actor?
Okay.
You ready?
Go on.
James McAvoy,
I haven't heard
Mark
that.
Wahlberg, Johnny Depp, Robin Williams, Matt Damon, Sandra Bullock, Reese Witherspoon, Dirty Den, Ryan Gosling, Alan Rickman, Chris Pine, Chris Evans, Denzel Washington. You see, I paused there because I thought he was going to go for. All right, Lawrence Fishburne.
I thought you were going through all the names. before.
No,
you
when
got
you're
to
ready,
pop
you have to pop. You have to pop.
Okay.
Vin Diesel, Bruce Willis, Bradley Cooper, Heath Ledger.
I'm gonna go back to the beginning then.
All right, we're gonna go again. We're gonna go again.
Go again.
All right. If we asked you to star in a comedy film with an associate actor similar to Rush Hour,
Mhm.
who would you pick? I'm gonna be quick fire. So burst when you hear the person that you want to be in a film with. All right. There's no cap on the costs. James McAvoy, Mark Wahlberg.
Oh,
Mark
wow.
Wahlberg. Okay, tell us why.
He started some of my favorite films. That Ted.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's
So,
got the
wait,
comedy timing.
You're not going to be the.
I'll be the bear if I have to.
Okay.
He's got the comedy timing. It's just he gets it.
So that's someone. If the opportunity came up, you'd be like, "Yo, that's my pick."
And the other one we done with The Rock, but it's based on a true story. They're bodybuilders.
Oh yeah. I can't remember what it's called.
Oh, I haven't.
He
seen it.
really immerses himself into comedy roles.
Mm.
I think that's his place. He's best at comedy roles.
Okay, so this is interesting. So who else do you admire in that space, entertainment wise? So who do you look up to entertainment wise that you can think to yourself, do you know what, for me to elevate, this is the kind of energy I need to be around?
Chris Tucker,
Okay.
that's a really strong. Of course, Eddie Murphy, but in the comedy realm, you got to work with someone who knows how to be serious, so you could be the comedian. So it's the type of film. So if you watch Beverly Hills Cop, Eddie Murphy's playing alongside serious. Everyone else is acting serious.
And he's laughing
And
all the
he's
time.
really
And
Yeah. So it depends what type of films you're talking
Right,
about.
okay.
'Cause I can't, if it's me and Chris Tucker, the film might come out silly. But if
Right,
it's me and someone serious, then then you get more of the
So you
comedy
get the yin
element.
and the yang. Kind
Yeah.
of thing, yeah. Okay.
And I think Mark Wahlberg can play serious. I can also play the comedy element, allow you
and
to
still have comical timing.
He's one of the best. There was another one in Trading Places, Dan Aykroyd.
Yes.
Dan
He was really good at it as well. So those are unique actors.
Pain and Gain, that's the film we're
That's
thinking
Pain
about.
and Gain,
Yeah,
yeah.
Pain and Gain. Pain and Gain.
That was one of my favourites.
Right. So before time gets away from us, I have to ask you a question. Look into that camera there.
Okay.
If we had to ask you to name 3 people that you could personally invite onto the MT podcast, who would you invite?
Or Cat Williams, because he would just have us rolling.
Is this someone you have contact with?
Hell no.
Well, help me out, bro.
Oh, it has to be someone else.
Yeah,
You didn't say that.
I did.
Oh, you did say that.
Yeah,
Oh, my bad.
Okay.
Yeah, the buzzball is buzzing.
I'll say Curtis Walker, because I know a lot of people think all comedians are naturals, but they're not. There's
Right.
only a few. And I
Mm.
think Curtis Walker is a natural. Like, you give him any subject, even if he doesn't know nothing about it, he'll know how to make you laugh.
Oh, nice.
And that's
okay.
I think that's actually genius level. Who else? It's only Curtis Walker.
Mr. Walker, we need you to come down to the MT podcast. You've been invited down by Vic, Mr. Victor Daniels, and we're expecting to hear from you. We'll send you a message on Instagram,
Yeah.
YouTube, wherever it is. We're looking forward to seeing
That
you.
natural thing is so hard to find. A lot of comics. Kane Brown, that's another one.
All right, that's 2.
That's 2. Kane, because I watched him live. To be able to come up with jokes on the spot is, we look at it as, oh, that was just funny, but it's actually genius. Like
your brain has to be so acutely wired to be able to associate that and pull something that people will find funny and deliver it in a way that is funny. I get that.
Do you think the word genius attached to comedy, so comedy genius in regards to stand-up or acting, do you think it's used too freely? Because everyone that seems to be on a platform by a reviewer is deemed as, I'm not saying Kane, I'm just saying in general. Do you think it's just used as a a term, you know, like people start to use the word, everyone's using the word plethora. Like, do you think it's a bit like that?
I don't think the word genius is used enough. And I think when it is used, it's used as a marketing ploy.
Right, okay.
So if I say that comedian is a genius, anyone reading that would be like, oh my gosh, I gotta go watch it.
Right.
Everyone's saying he's a genius. But when it is used, if you think of it as the person's on stage, there's 100 people watching him, and he's just literally just thought of something to make this whole room laugh. That's genius.
Right, okay.
So I don't think the word's used enough. I think when it's used, it's not used in the correct way. I don't think because you can't call, I can't think of 100 comics that you can call them genius.
Right, okay.
I can only think of Curtis Walker and Kane Brown. I can think of genius writing. There's a lot of comedians who can come up with genius, but that thinking on the spot, I can only think of 2.
Oh, as in comic genius stand-up comedians.
Yeah.
Okay.
In terms of, like you said, come down on the podcast. So you give them a question and they'll make you laugh.
Right.
I can only think of 2.
Right, okay.
Wow. That's actually quite limited. If you now think about it, that is quite limited. So, and you've mentioned 2 black comics. So do you hold admiration for any other comics with other ethnicities in the same or similar realm?
I think there was a time when black comedians were funnier than white ones. I think as time has evolved and more societies are coming together, I think the white comedians are now becoming to be as good as black comedians.
So who in your opinion shines a bright light on comedy right now?
Well, there's one guy called Wilson. He does he talks about Jamaican language. I think that material is genius. So he's one, but because I do comedy a lot, like I'm saying it like I'm showing off, but I was in Brussels yesterday and I found another comedian. I can't remember his name, but his comedy style was genius. It was really, really good. So there's so many comedians on the scene that you might not even know their names, but it's really.
But these are people that we should keep an eye out for, you would say.
If you're into comedy,
we like a good comedy.
Yep. We like comedy here.
Like we like comedy, even on our podcasts. You know, sometimes it gets a bit out of hand. Like we're just telling a joke. But you know, I think laughter is the healer. So I definitely agree that it could work. A couple more questions I've got for you. So, where do you see your next steps in your comedy journey? What does that look like?
I don't know.
That's very interesting.
I'll be brutally honest, because I did a comedy show to about 50 people in Stratford. Next thing you know, I was on ITV. It can work like that. So I don't know the path. There's lots of politics going on. Being funny doesn't necessarily mean you go to the next level. It's how you get on with people and stuff like that. So I don't know.
What was the ITV thing, just for people that are listening and watching?
I think it was called, what was it called? That drink's got to me. It was many years ago. It was a sketch show. And there was so much, I can't remember the name.
So I'd noticed that I believe it's on Sky. I might be getting this wrong. But Saturday Night Live.
Oh, I auditioned for that.
Oh, really?
Oh, is it? So I saw it's come out, the UK version. Have you seen it?
I've seen some of it, and to be fair,
what do you think?
I was quietly impressed. I thought it was going to be rubbish.
But you actually liked it.
Enjoyed it, and big respect to them, because to get an audition on them, you had to have an agent,
right?
And I don't have this agent, and you had to be specially
a specific agent or just an agent.
They know their agents who they work with,
okay,
so you have to have one of those, and that agent had to invite you. So those people there, they're all connected.
Right.
Okay, so they all know each other. It's not a man just turn up and rate it.
It's all connections. So I wasn't invited, but I saw it coming. I went on Google and said, "Oh, you're the producer." I emailed them and said, "Look, I done it as a joke. I'm fresh out of jail. I do comedy. I beg you, give me a chance."
Nice.
And they gave me a chance, and I respect that.
So, you not being on the show, so you were unsuccessful in that audition. What do you put that down to?
They just wasn't. Well, to be fair, I think maybe what I sent in maybe wasn't good enough. No, I think it was good enough, But I think the subject matter was maybe it was just a bit too stupid because at the time it was 100 man versus the gorilla.
The gorilla.
So I did my 5-minute skit on why I think the gorilla would win.
Right. Okay.
So maybe that was just a bit too stupid, but at the time that was what everyone was talking about.
Right. Okay.
And then when
You think the gorilla? Because we had this.
We had that discussion here.
You think the gorilla would beat 100 man?
yeah, and I'll say why, because it's the gentrification. It's softened. Because I'm taking it of London, man. It's softened us. We're eating quiche now. Them man ain't fighting no gorilla. The gorilla will come, man will get shook. So that's 50 man gone already.
Wait, sorry, I think we said it wrong. Did we say 100 man,
No,
100 gorilla?
100 man, 100 man.
100 man
versus one gorilla.
So you think, a gorilla could whack up 100 man?
And easily. But you're not taking... if you're saying 100 man that is built for war and will die for their family, and maybe that's a different story. I'm just talking about the average... Stuart from accounts. I'm just talking about the average...
Stuart.
The average man... average 100 man versus that gorilla, he's wiping us out.
You lot out, not us. Don't put me in your team.
Yeah.
If you man are brave and we're going for it.
I'm not saying that I can beat up a gorilla.
Yeah.
Wiley said he can beat up a bear though.
Yeah.
But I'm not necessarily saying that. However, what I would say is if you was to pick the specimen of human, it's not happening.
That's what I said. And that's what I said. The average.
He said this. He said the average. But I think it's the Batman thing, innit? With enough planning, but there would be sacrifice. There would be, and you're right.
And who's going to be the guy who's going to be sacrificed?
You go first. You know what I mean?
I'm going last.
You go get your spleen pull out. And while he's pulling out your spleen, I'm going to poke him in the eye. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, but this is the thing. When you're fighting, and we're going back in, this is old news, but you're not going to go into a fight with a gorilla and say, come on.
Yeah.
You're not going to do that.
But you're talking about fighters. I'm talking about the average. I'm looking at it as the average man. So you can't pick. You just go, hey, you come. The average man, average 100 man versus that gorilla, they're losing. If you're saying 100 army man or 100 road man or whatever, okay, you might have a chance. But 100 average man that eats quiche, they're losing.
Yeah, but them average man that eat quiche, they do taekwondo,
no, they don't do nothing,
they do a
man.
yoga.
They play paddle now.
So
Things have
talk to us a
changed.
bit more about your paddle experience.
Yeah.
I'm on it. I'm all over paddle.
What, as in on it, as in we'll beat everyone, or like
Bro, I went to Spain to learn paddle.
right?
To learn?
No, because you got to learn, innit?
Do you know what? Someone's telling me, give me 3 weeks, I'll rock you up, bruv.
There's no way.
Someone's just telling me that. I don't know.
There's no way. No way.
Do you know what I mean? I
There's
felt
no
like
way.
rock him up.
I won a competition last week.
Was you in the comedy?
No, was Steve from accounts in there?
Exactly. Pure average man. Do you know what I
When
mean?
you go to play paddle, you're playing Steve from accounts.
All right. This is why you got confidence. All right. I get it.
So just rounding up, because we could be here for time, you know.
True.
So, final section we have is our Mount Rushmores. Now, we've done this. Have we done it for UK? I think we've done it for UK.
We've done, yeah.
We've done it. We've done it for comedians. But what would be your Mount Rushmore of UK black comedians?
Wow, you know.
Only 4.
Only 4.
Yeah.
Only 4.
I'm going to put Kane in there. I think that guy's funny. Curtis Walker, obviously. I want to get this right, man. I'm not including myself. That's just weird. Slim or Todgy.
Slim, but remember, you've had 2.
Yeah.
No, but I can't put Slim and Todgy. It's one of the two.
Why not?
You're reserving the last space.
It's the last space and...
So do the last base first and then come back to those 2 then. Who you going to decide takes the spot out of them?
Black comedy. Wow, this is tough, man.
I mean, if you're struggling, you can put Slim and Todgy, you know?
You know what I mean?
No. One of the two. It can't be the same.
Why? What? Just out of it. So why can't they be both in there? What is the issue with having them both there?
It's like they're kind of similar. It's like Todgy's for the African crowd.
Right, okay, I see what you
And
mean.
Slim's for the West Indian crowd. But they just...
Caribbean.
And then there's Felicity or Axel.
Okay.
But blood, it's your Mount.
It's your Mount.
It's your Mount Rushmore.
30 seconds.
I'm gonna go Curtis Walker, Kane, just Axel.
5.
I'm gonna go Todgy.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice.
Told you.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Next one we have, and this one can be for all of us really. Mount Rushmore of black British entertainers overall. Overall. So not just comedy, could be singing, could be dancing,
Oh.
could be anything, but you can only have 4.
I'm gonna put Richard Blackwood
You don't have him in your Mount Rushmore of comedians, but you go on.
because he really took it on for comedians.
I think, you know what it is? I would agree with Blackwood because I think, like, remember, he did comedy, yes. But remember, he was the first
Acting.
well,
And singing.
Look, forget that. Singled out on MTV. Do you remember Singled Out?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Like, yeah, I think one, he's done a lot, but I think as an entertainment package, I think when you say singing, what did he sing?
He had his, he had a record, didn't he? He had, he did.
RB.
If I'm right, if I'm correct, he did. Mama used to say, and Mama used to say was, I believe, his uncle's song, Junior Giscombe. I believe that's his uncle. So he did a cover of that. That was his first single. Then he had a couple songs after that.
One second. I know.
Right.
I believe he had that. But you've said 1, Richard Blackwood. You still got 3 more. Just trying to buy yourself time. If you're struggling, we can move across the table, you know.
Eubanks.
Chris Eubank. Okay, number 2.
Yeah. Okay.
I think that's a good one. Sade.
Yeah.
She pops up everywhere. Like,
Just everywhere. Like everyone respects her. Like, I don't know how many records she sold.
Millions
I think
upon
she
millions.
sold loads.
Just millions.
We just respected her. And I'm gonna go back to Curtis Walker and the Real McCoy.
Right. So you're saying, because I was going to say Real McCoy, and that encompasses loads of people.
Yeah,
That's what I mean. That's why I said it.
Yeah. But Real McCoy it was more than groundbreaking. Like some of the stuff that was on there was crazy.
And it was like you took your average black man and put him in front of the camera, whereas Richard Blackwood was a bit more polished.
Yeah.
This was just raw, how we think comedy.
Yeah, you're right. But then people like Eddie Nestor and some of the likes that are on there, like they've gone on. Like Eddie Nestor hosts a radio show, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So he's like, you know what it is? I think these individuals, the Eddie Nestors, the Curtis Walkers, I can't remember his name now, man.
Felix Dexter.
And
Leo Muhammad.
Yeah, they were very, very intelligent individuals, and they knew what needed to be done as a niche market to get certain places. So, like, I agree, man. My hat comes off to them. Forget the whole thing about groundbreaking. It's more pioneering at the time where racism was where it was, and they went on TV. And imagine if they had social media. Imagine if the Real McCoy, when it came out, had social media and the stuff that they was doing. Imagine the backlash they would have got now.
Yep.
And it's funny because we've gone with Real McCoy, they were actually how we are. But now when I see people on social media and on television, it's going back to that, let's pretend to be white in order to make people laugh.
Yeah.
Whereas Real McCoy went...
There's that program on, I'm the same program, showing my age, but the thing that comes on, I think it's on Sky, I want to say, or maybe the BBC, I can't remember. And it just commissioned these black comics to just do nonsense, and they're doing skits, and the skits are not funny.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They're really it's almost like the modern day blackface, which so it just frustrates. When I saw it, I was just like, you could never do this in front of a group of black people. You're doing this because you know your crowd is for the I'm not even just going to say white people, just for the UK. And I get it, because you want to be able to transverse across communities. Yeah. But if you stay true to yourself, everyone will find the comedy within you. Do you get what I mean?
And what you said, go to other communities. That's the thinking. If I talk black, it won't go to the person in Wales won't find it funny. But they will.
Completely wrong. Yeah, exactly.
So Tris, who would be your 4? I'm going to take one from us and then move on to the next one. Yeah.
Just one person?
No, yeah.
Mine would be Lewis Hamilton.
Lewis Hamilton?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
because of the level of skill he has in his profession, is almost unmatched for 2 decades.
Me would be Trevor McDonald.
Wow.
Reason being is that like he stuck with what he stuck with. You know what I mean? It was the news for a load of years, and then he started to do other little documentaries. If he decided to do wildlife, he'll be better than David and his brother. He'll be better than him, and he should have. Someone should have, but they probably knew.
That's the one I disagree with.
You gotta take Trevor and lay him in the middle of the jungle, bro, with a python. He's not on that, bro.
What you think? David Attenborough was actually with blood. He's not Steve Irwin,
bro. Did you watch David Attenborough when he was doing his thing in the 60s?
When he was a youth, yeah. But
when he was a youth, bro, he's like, this could kill me. Me, brother. So Citrus McDonald up there, and the snake is. You know, someone grab this thing. Someone grab this thing, please.
That BBC voice tonight. The news at Trevor, not a bomber cloud.
Madness.
It was never explained to me his accent.
His accent was BBC.
But he was from Barbados or something.
Yeah, exactly. Same with Moira Stewart. Where was she from? Remember, when you came in, you learnt BBC English, and I remember this from school. Learning BBC English was pauses. The second pause is after a comma and a full stop. It was the phrase is the diction of how you pronounce words and how you say it. Like Prince Charles and the Rolls do it. The BBC broadcasters don't do it to that level. They have to do it to a medium level to accommodate for the lowest in society, and then obviously the highest in society, so to speak, like acorn groups and all that kind of stuff. So the accent, I get what you're saying. If you close your eyes and listen, you can hear the Caribbean in him, realistically.
But that's why I can't. That's why I rate Curtis Walker over him. Because for me, if I was to look at the both, for me to be successful like Trevor Walker, I got to learn this English.
Trevor Walker.
Trevor McDonald. Do you know what it is? Do you know what it was? Do you know what it was?
Curtis Walker.
What it was?
Sorry. But Curtis Walker allowed me to be me.
Yeah.
On telly. I don't want to be Trevor McDonald to be on telly.
But Trevor, you're right. But Trevor sort of and I know this is going to sound bad, but Trevor did that thing. I believe that said, I've got a black friend, but he's all right because he's like Trevor. You know what I mean? And I don't know if that's a good or bad thing.
What it was, you have to remember those times there, the 60s and the 50s and whatever, it was received pronunciation, RP English. That's what they were being taught in those islands. He's from Trinidad. So when they were British colonies, and the same thing in Nigeria and whatever, if you listen to the people that talk, that are of that sort of age, people tend to say, they speak English better than the English because they learned they not only learned the words, they learned how to speak those words, how to put those words into a certain way. So that received pronunciation that they learned is what they now use. It's what Moira Stewart used, it's what Trevor McDonald used. And if you look at that age range, even our grandparents were very similar. Very similar how they spoke with the English. Look at if I think about the words my granddad used to use, I'll be saying, what does that word actually mean? But he's coming out with words and phrases because that's what the English.
But sometimes don't you think, no disrespect, but disrespectful. Sometimes don't you think when I speak to certain people from, I sound like a racist, bruv. When I speak to Nigerians,
mad,
who
I
think,
sound like a racist saying certain people, but
no. When I speak to Nigerians who think that they are educated, let me get this right. When I speak to certain Nigerians who are educated to a certain level, feel like when they're explaining something, they need to use a certain level of language to be able to pass their point across. And I'm thinking, you don't need to do it. You can literally just make the sentence.
But it's what they know.
Very straightforward.
But it's what they know.
But I can agree that if this is what they've been taught through the years, through the generations, then it's what you know. Because and this was depicted in do you remember Matthew that used to be in Desmond's?
Yeah.
Like how his character was
depicted.
Displayed and depicted was just like, okay, well actually it was like, oh, here he is again, thinking that he knows more than the English, because they had the white guy that was a barber, and then the white girl that was Michael's
In the bank.
wife.
Yes.
Yeah, who spoke quite Cockney, if you get what I mean. So there was that space. And what's interesting is I think even up to today, there is still an ideology that, we need to, if we go into England, we need to speak like this.
Yeah. Yes and
that's
no.
the problem.
Yes and no.
I might be wrong.
No, I disagree with that. In this, and I think it's the same. I don't think it's necessarily
that's right.
a Nigerian or African thing. I think even if you look at it, it's more. So, if you look at the education levels of people back home, and I say anywhere, it could be back home. It could be even be India. It could be the Asian countries. The level of how they learn English there, they don't just learn the short words that we might say for the ease of it. They learn the dictionary.
They learn the
Yes. So
complete language.
So what they will do is they will use words that we will think is over the top, but it's actually not. It's what they know. They know, like I can't remember what the phrase was. You know, there was a phrase that I learned a couple years ago, and I was like, "What the hell does that mean?" Or a word more like, and I was, "What does that mean?" But it actually is a word in a dictionary. I'd never heard of it, but I'd heard of it through uncles and aunts because it was what they had learned.
But
It's words that they learned.
But in the entertainment world, it gives the ideology that if you want to progress, this is the type of language you need.
I think that's changed
And
though.
that's what I think. That's what I thought it changed. But when I speak to other comedians and the comedians that do make it, that's how they talk.
But is it that they talk like?
Sorry, 1 second. When you say that's
Go
how
on.
they talk, what do you mean? As in they talk with a high level of dictation, or
Just a high level, not the common, the higher level of dictation. Yeah.
Interesting.
I don't want to drown on that point. The last one I'm gonna draw for, and I suppose we can say one each. I suppose Mount Rushmore of things ruined by social media. Ruined by social media.
I think human interaction,
Mm.
TV and movies.
Have they been ruined?
I'd rather watch something on Instagram or YouTube before I even go to the whole cinema.
Like Marvel films.
Yeah.
You're right with that. Like, imagine my son went to the theatre and saw Back to the Future.
Okay.
And I said to him, "It's a film." And he's like, "Oh, okay." I'm like, "No, you're going to sit down and watch this film." And it's not social media, but he went to the theatre, he went with his cousins, and that was great. I showed him about the film, and then afterwards he started to go on social media and he was researching it. Then he found out about the trainers, the hoverboard. He said, "Oh, is the hoverboard real?" I'm like, "Duh, no." But you know what I mean? It's social media, it's almost like in your hand you've got TV. Like, I think the phrase is doom scrolling now. Kids will sit there and they'll doom scroll. Like, I don't allow my son to do it. Yes, again?
Just kids.
Yeah.
I do it.
But you know what? And the thing with the early days of even my son, I'm going back to it. Like, he used to watch this on YouTube called Ryan's Toy Reviews.
Okay.
So Ryan was I believe he was Filipino, and his dad and parents started up a YouTube channel for him of him playing with toys. Then playing with toys moved to reviewing the toys. Then the toy companies saw, "Rah, you're quite popular,"
and sent him toys.
I'm gonna send you
toys in his name.
I'm gonna send you the toys. Then it moved on where the toy shops, as in Smith's Toy Store, Toys R Us when they were around, said, "Right, you're gonna create a toy package that we're gonna sell in an egg and charge kids £25 for." But and to the point where my son was like, "Ryan's Toy Review, I need to get his toy. Forget about the scale electric he's playing with. I need to get the crap that he's got in there, which is slime. It might be like a small Rubik's cube or an elastic band flicker. You know what I mean? So I agree with the social media. I think it's killed kids, figuratively speaking. Like, it's just taken something away from them, and that might just be the mutation of society. I don't know.
Two more.
Music. I think it's destroyed that.
Really? How?
For example, Drake's album's just come out.
I was going to put that in the roundup.
People are just criticizing it, but I think without social media, you'd have your own ear and go, "I like it" or "I don't like it." But I think social media is now programming people not to like certain things.
But we had that before social media.
Okay.
With One Extra, Radio 1, radio in general. Remember, people were getting paid to play people's songs. So like if you think about radio now, like, and I'm talking about the big radio stations, you hear certain songs all the time. And when you hear it the first time, you're like, I don't care about that. But because you hear it so often, you like it. Or when you go out into a club, it's like, rah, this tune, you remember
But
it.
you liked it, but I think now we don't even listen to it anymore.
It's just going on whatever somebody else
We're
is
going what everyone's saying, and we don't even listen to music as much as we used to. I can go into the gym and put something on. I can listen to a podcast. I could just have it on social media, but I don't necessarily need to have an album playing. I can't remember the last time I bought an album.
But yeah, I never bought an album.
Yeah, not for years.
Actually, like, no, there's 2 albums that I've bought ever: Flip Mode Squad, the first one, and Wu-Tang Forever.
I used to buy albums all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't buy them no more.
Citrus, one from you.
Curiosity.
What's that? So what's the question?
The question is the Mount Rushmore of things ruined by social media.
Yeah, curiosity. I think now, unfortunately, children, and I'm directing it at young people. Children, young people are no longer curious. Like, everything is an instant response or instant answer, and the ability to go and discover something new and be curious about something has just gone.
That's true.
Rayman?
Sorry, what was it again?
Mount Rushmore of things that have been ruined by social media.
Oh man, it's very broad, but dating and the art of dating, whether it be seeing a female or a man and going up to them and having that.
Wait, did he do a man and look at me? Don't do that. You see a female or a man. I just like the way you directed the thing, bro. Just fix up yourself.
Yeah, as Bob Marley said, if the cap fits. But anyway, it's more about
Supreme wear it.
That interaction. Like, again, for those that like were born or around before social media, going up to a female or a female going up to a man and having a conversation, and in that first 30 seconds, and if you were good, in the first 30 seconds or in that 20 seconds, being able to get that person's attention, you know what I mean, and then move it on. I think it's dead.
Keep the attention, because it was scary enough walking up to her.
Yes.
Right? But if you got it, you were like, yes. The skill in keeping it, like, for me,
Mad.
It's gone out the window.
It's gone. It's not there.
Do you know what I mean?
It's
It's just gone out the window. And you know where I see it the most? Like, obviously, like in my business, I try my best to employ as many young people as I can.
Yeah.
And I will say to them, go and speak to the customer. And like, oh, what do I say? Well, introduce yourself, ask them what do they need, and see how we can help them. How do I introduce myself? What?
Mad social interaction.
Do you know what I mean? And then that whole it just becomes a thing. And I'm almost, you know, like foot in the back of your neck, pushing them, frog marching them forward to say, just talk.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They will talk back to you. It's not scary. Do you get what I mean?
That
Just
goes
do it.
past dating. That's just general interaction.
Just the interaction. However, maintaining and sustaining that interaction is like, hi, my name's Dean, bye. And then they just walk off. However, when the person's like, oh, let me find out a little bit more about you, there's nothing else to know.
And this is the thing.
Do you know what I mean?
I believe us in this room. I reckon we could talk to somebody that we don't know, hold a conversation with them for 20 to 30 minutes effortlessly, just because we've got the art of conversation. Again, I'm using my son as an example. My son as a conversationalist, like, how was school today? Good.
One word answer.
What did you learn today? I was in maths and we did something new. Okay, what was the something new? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? What was different? And I tried to change
to extract
it. And
they're just teenagers, though. To be fair,
yeah. Well, he's 12, but it is. But then you do have these kids that you ask them the question and they don't stop talking.
Yeah.
So some kids they've got it, and some kids don't. And look, some kids excel in other areas. Some kids are a little bit more, I think the word might be recluse in regards to how they purport themselves out there. But again, it's just about, we didn't have the choice not to be. Like, my parents were always, right, you can't give a yes or no answer. It's yes because, or it's no because, or you can't just nod your head. It's
like open and close questions, isn't it?
Is it children? Because do you go on social media a lot?
because of the podcast, I have to.
Liar.
No, because I find it's with adults now. It's not even just children. It's some people's, and we also had COVID, the lockdown.
Yeah.
So people have struggled to.
So I do go on social media a lot, but my job, I get paid to talk to people and convince them to do the right thing on a daily basis. So the last thing I want to do is talk to somebody after work. You know what I mean? What's why I'm on a podcast? But yeah, but I do get your point. It is adults as well, and there is an expectation of what communication is, or what people want as communication. You get a lot of people saying, "Oh, I don't want you to call me. Don't call me. Just text me."
Yeah.
I get it to an extent because I'm a bit like that. But sit me in a room and have a conversation with me. I'll sit down with you and talk to you about any subject you want. And people have lost that art.
Yeah, and I think it's people. I don't think it's just kids. I think it's adults as well.
Maybe you're right.
What's interesting about the point that you made, Vic, is when you look at when you say adults as well. What's interesting is when you ask a stranger a question and they look at you like, I don't know, mate.
Yeah.
And then they're gone.
Gone again.
Because they don't understand, why is this black man talking to me? Like, I don't know you. Like, do you get what I mean? Whatever you need to know, look on your phone. We don't need to interact.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? So that sometimes, do you know what I mean? I just meet people and I think to myself, wow, am I scary, or is it?
I think the social media and the lockdown
feeds into that, right?
Yeah.
But then you also have people like that will be quite happy. They won't say anything to you in person, but there'll be a keyboard ninja warrior.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
With all the opinions in the world.
Listen,
Wiley.
it's been a entertaining, hectic, great podcast. Once again, Vic, what's your socials, please?
Oh, Comic Vic. That's the only one I use.
And we can find you anywhere.
Yeah.
Now, I've known Victor for many, many years. Many, many years. I know he says that he's been 7 years plus a comedian. I'm not gonna expose that. But we've had an argument for years.
Oh, hit me.
Yeah, for years. I don't think Citrus will know the answer to this.
Go on.
But we are old school hip hop heads.
Right.
Ugh.
There's a particular track by Noriega called Banned from TV. Yeah? It's got Noriega, Big Pun, Cameron, Jadakiss, and Nature. It's rated as one of the best hip hop posse tracks ever.
Really?
However, the argument we have is who on that track has got the best verse.
Oh, no.
Did they have a remix and Cannabis was on it?
No. Only those 5 was on it. My argument is I say Big Pun had the best lyrics, and you say
I've forgotten his Nature.
What was Big Pun's lyrics?
Exactly. When you listen to his lyrics, he's chatting nonsense. Absolute nonsense.
Big Pun had the best verse on there. Who would you say had the best verse on there? From what you can remember?
I'm trying to, because I'm siding Big Pun, but I'm just thinking, am I saying that because it's Big Pun?
Big Pun, yeah.
I can't remember the song.
You know what?
What was the album that it came out on?
On Nori's album.
Nori, innit?
Yeah, Nori. The first solo album he did.
Where Super Fug was on.
Yes.
Who cared about all of them other tracks? It was Super Fug.
Yeah.
Who cared?
But that track, Nature, killed it. He said the line, I get pussy with my father's features. That kills anything that was ever said on that track.
Listen, so for argument's sake, those of you watching the podcast, if you know the track, we want to know from you who had the best verse on there. But it's been an empty podcast. Thank you, Vic, for coming down. It's been great having you down here. And don't forget, if the glass ain't half full,
it's
empty.
Remember, like, share, subscribe, hype, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Snapchat, everything and anything.
You know?
Yeah.